Hey, I'm glad you're watching this video. I understand that you're interested in playing college sports. There's some things to know. Two websites that you're going to want to make sure that you check out are the ncaa.org and the naia.org. To find out which colleges are associated with NCAA and which colleges are NAIA and which division they are, Division I, Division II, Division III, you just need to go on the websites and do some research. Some colleges you're going to find are D1 for some sports and D2 for other sports at the same college. Here, why don't you hit your space bar and pause the video so that you can really study what each grade level should be doing relative to being interested in playing college sports. Now, the instructions you just saw said that your counselor is supposed to help you upload your transcripts to the website, but in fact, what we use at our school is Parchment.com. You will set up your own account on Parchment.com using your own personal email address, not your school email address, and you will follow the instructions there to order a set of transcripts to be sent to the clearinghouse at either or both of those websites. Just ask a counselor if you need help with setting up a Parchment account. The instructions also said to see your counselor to make sure that you're taking the right classes, and that's true. We can be a great resource for you. My advice right now is that you could Google the words NCAA worksheet, and it will lead you to a link that takes you to a document that's like this. This is the worksheet that your counselor and you will use to make sure that you are taking all the right classes so that you can qualify to play in NCAA sports. If you can meet the D1 NCAA requirements, then you will qualify for D2 as well as NAIA. Another piece of advice relative to when you should do what for getting ready to play college sports is that generally they say you should not start an account on NCAA or NAIA until junior year. And maybe that's because it costs money to be able to do that, and you want to make sure that this is a real possibility for you before you invest in making an account. Networking is a key skill to have, and one way to help you play college sports is to network with people who have played sports themselves or who have kids who are currently playing in college, and they have lots of advice, I'm sure, to pass along to you. Here is a list of those people. So besides doing research online and meeting with your counselor to discuss your classwork, and also networking with people that you know that have played sports or have a child that is in college sports right now, there's another thing that you can do, and that is go to summer camps. They do cost money, so you'll have to talk with your parents about it and budget for it. If it's possible to go to more than one camp in one summer, that's great, but it's not necessary. Probably the most important thing you can do in order to help yourself play college sports is to talk to your coach and talk to the athletic director at school. Let everybody you know that you would like to play college sports. Get their advice for which colleges you might be the best match for and have them help you network. One thing that I feel very passionate about relative to playing sports in college, I've had several members of my family play college sports, so it comes from that. Please remember, you go to college to get a career, not to play a sport. If you get injured, guess where you're sitting? If you decide that the commitment to a varsity sport is too hard to go along with the work of college, guess what? That's your school. And even if you aren't at practice, guess what? That is your school and all the culture, location, size, etc. that it brings with it. If you want to play college sports, great. But keep in mind the goal, a career. A common thing I've found working with students is that they don't understand that there are actually 3 levels of sports in college. Yes, there is varsity, and by the way, it may or may not have a scholarship that may or may not cover your tuition. But there is also club sports on campuses, and they are quite competitive without the stress of playing a varsity sport. And there is also intramural sport teams that are very casual and just super fun. So if you don't have to give up your sport to go to college, you do actually have choices.